All right, hello, welcome. We are going to learn about the Java math class today, but also in more general sense, I want to talk about what's called like the Java API, which API stands for application blah 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 something. Actually, we can look it up here. What does API stand for? Application Programming Interface. All right, and so it basically is just how do you use like different pieces of Java. All right, and a lot of companies make APIs actually. So I once wrote a Spotify app for my phone, and there's a specific Spotify API which just specifies how do you interact with all the Spotify code and applications. It's actually pretty easy. Wasn't too bad. All right, but the point is like when I'm programming and typing all these commands, it's like a million things to remember. Right? There's literally thousands and thousands and thousands of things you can do in Java, and like how do you keep track of all of them? All right, and so one of the ways to do it is to use what's called the Java API. All right, and so we're going to specifically talk about the Java API related to the math class. All right, and so as an example, like this one returns the max of these two numbers and stores it in an int. Actually, it might be a double, but like so here's a good example. Like I don't know, is it int or double? So how can I even figure this out? All right, so what I'm going to do is just Google search Java math API, right? And there's a link to this in the lesson today, but it usually should just be the first link up here. Okay, and then what we were doing let's see, was it the max or the min? Whoops, we were doing the max. Okay, so I'm just going to search for max on here. Okay, and you can see there's actually a whole bunch of different max. So these are the name of the methods, and here's what they take in. And then this over here is the return type. So it looks like there's a math.max one that takes in two ints and returns an int, right? And there's actually one that you can also use for the maximum of two doubles, right? It has a little description here, right? So you can see um, that it's actually correct. So this code is good. I could also have done it with doubles, and it also would have worked. All right. So obviously in Eclipse too, you can type math dot right? And you can actually get a little description inside here. These are actually the same four probably we're seeing out there on the website, right? There's four max ones. So you can see the same thing when I do math.max. You can start to see, they actually have a description. So this is more or less the Java API, right, inside of Eclipse here. Um, so I know lots of different routes, I guess, to get there. At any rate, your mission for today is actually, let's do this. I'm going to do a couple more with you. Um, so, we talked about like division, right? We can just do division this way, but then we get more complex operations like logarithms. Um, you have to do it with a math class. So this is some division examples, and these are some more advanced ones using the math. All right, so maybe pause the video and see if you can figure out what are going to be the value of our like x, d, y, and z variables in this example. Pause the video, give it a shot. Okay, so first one is review, and this would actually be 0.75, except that with int it truncates, so it actually just chops off the decimal part on the end. So this one is actually just going to return 0, or not return 0, but x is going to be 0. If you do it with doubles, then it does it the way we want, so that would be 0.75 for d. Okay, and then in a similar way, so in here d is taking on the value of 3 divided by 4. In this case, y is going to take on the value of a return of whatever is returned by math.log base 10 of 100, right? So what this is going to do is log base 10 of 100, which remember log means find me the exponent for base 10. And I think in this case, it's just going to be 2 or 2.0 because 10 squared is 100. All right. And then obviously here, this is going to be a double, whatever the log base 10 of 50 is. So 10 to what power gives you 50? I'm not really sure. It's probably 1 point something. That one maybe we'll have to type out math.log base 10 input 50. Okay, and then I either just have to store it or print it out. So maybe just to be really simple, let's just system out print and do this correct. Log base 10 of 50. It should be 1 point something is my guess. All right, so we can see there's log base 10 of 50. All right, so the point is this math class can do some more advanced functions. So I've got a bunch of questions for you out here on a Schoology quiz. So I haven't set this up completely yet, but you'll find a little Schoology quiz that I'm still building stuff. You can tell I'm kind of in build mode, but there'll be a little quiz out here for you to do, and it'll have these questions on here. So it'll have some questions for you to answer, and you have to look them up on the Java API. Look up what they do, and then here you have to actually write out the commands. So it'll be good practice with Java API in the math class to make sure you know how to do all the different things. And there's literally a ton you can do with just math. Um, Hard to remember it all, but that's again what the API, right? You can see there's tons and tons and tons. Okay, and again, just how you read them is here's the name of the method. So I type math.exp. It takes in a double, and it looks like it raises oil number to whatever this power is, and it also returns a double. So you input a double, returns a double, and it's called exp. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. Complete the questions on Schoology, and then they will give you the right or wrong answer to let you know if you got them right. So make sure you figured those out. Actually, there's not two parts, and Schoology is just one puzzle piece. So that's it. Thanks for watching.